Hello, everyone. I'm Luna Soul Oracle. If you hear any movement around me, I apologize. It happens to be I get movement upstairs. So I'm just cleaning my little. Oh, that looks a lot better. So, welcome to my channel, Luna Soul Oracle. I'm an energy reader, tarot master, medium, all that jazz. I'm here to do our weekly collective message, our tarot message. So, I have here some decks. Once again, I apologize if you hear movement. It's like intuitively my upstairs neighbors decide to make noise. It's okay. No worries about that. Welcome. Happy Monday. I hope your week is starting off well. If not, you're seeing this during the week. I hope your week is okay or becoming a lot better. If some of you are working, if not, if you're enjoying your rest, by all means, enjoy as much as you can. It's almost September. Time is flying by. I don't know about you, but I thought today was Sunday. That was how off I was. I thought today was Sunday, and then I was reminded it's a Monday, and I was like, holy crap. So one day of information flew by. So, time, I don't know if any of you have been noticing this. Before I even start talking about what I'm feeling and energetically what I feel is going on, I just want to say if you like this video, please hit like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, keep up with new uploads. I plan to very soon do the zodiac readings for September, so stay tuned. This week, I will be starting our zodiac readings so you guys can have the inside scoop right before September, what to expect and how to navigate this September. These messages are general, so take what hits your heart center and leave the rest. As I say in all my readings, again, discernment. We're grown folks. We know what we're doing. We know what works for us, what messages hit our heart center and what does not. So I trust you and I know you trust me. So thank you for joining me. I also have other social media platforms. I like to say that I've added Pinterest to my other social media platform. I have Pinterest if you want to follow me there. I have it under Luna Soul Oracle. I do a lot more picture content because IG is changing the algorithms all over the place. So I wanted a place to have more picture content so you can see what I offer, like, daily messages, quotes, affirmations, and so on. You can follow me there. I also have IG, Lunasoul_Oracle, and TikTok, Lunasoul_Oracle1. Also, if you like to book one-on-one sessions with me, this is the most opportune time because I'm open. Once I go to September, I go back to work. So my schedule will be different. I will be changing my schedule again once I go back to work. So it will be less time for me to do readings unless it's like the weekends and possibly maybe 1 or 2 days out of the week. Again, I work a day job. So I would love for this to be my full time, but it's not at the moment. I'm working hard to get there. But again, if you want to book with me, this is the time before September to book with me. I have more availability. I'm available all weekend, all weekday. So just hit me up. Again, you can book a session on my website. It shows you what my availability is, which is a lot more than September. Or you can hit me up in terms of email or message, and we can talk about what works for you. Again, just saying this, put it out there. I wanted to say that if my website, if you plan to want to book or look around at what I offer, it's www.lunasoulOracle.com. Now, I wanted to also, before I start talking, I also wanted to hit notice that I did a recent Reiki video. A lot of people loved it. So if you want to benefit from this Reiki video, it is an aura cleansing, chakra cleansing video. I wanted to do something that will help cleanse people's energy systems, their aura and everything, just because there's so much going on in the world. And I think a lot of people with now social media as being a big part of our lives. And also there's so much chaos environmentally around us. So we're going through a lot of energy changes and shifts. So it could really muddy our auras, and sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves energetically just as much as we do physically, like eating, sleeping, and so on. So I wanted to do like a big helpful Reiki to help cleanse your energy. So then, yes, you're taking care of yourself physically, but that video will help cleanse you and rejuvenate you energetically so you can move on your day with a little more pep in your step, a little less sludge and just combat the day the best way you can, especially now with all the stuff that's happening. So if you want to just look at my most recent Reiki video, a lot of people loved it. I got really good feedback. A lot of people told me it was really helpful and it helped them calm the hell down. So if you're feeling anxious or you're feeling all over the place or you feel in your head and just very groggy, go to that video. I highly recommend it. And not because I I made the video, but it's just because I want to help all of you be a better you and just have more pep in your step this week. So yeah, I want to say that. Now, as for this weekly message, I've been getting a lot of messages from my guides about the collective and just in general, where people have to be extra. I'm going to say this with the utmost care and love for all of you. People really need to be careful of what they expose themselves to and who they're exposing themselves to. I've noticed a lot of people are a lot more triggered, a lot more heightened in sensitivity, emotional sensitivity, also environmental sensitivity. So, this is the time to treat yourself with kindness and care. So, if you have been neglecting your basic needs, or emotional needs, or you have not taken days off, or you have not gone outside and just look at the nature, just be in different elements, shift your routine where you're going out more in terms of safely, but like to the park or hanging out with loved ones or talking to a friend or just doing things that will help rejuvenate you. This is the week. I get this big sense that it's like an energetic mud. It's very thick right now, and a lot of people are being affected in many different ways. And this is where you have to utilize all the tools that you've been learning to take care of yourself, to take care of your mind, body, and soul, and just to focus on what makes you happy day to day. And that doesn't mean you have to bypass or ignore what's happening. You're aware, but you're also trying your best day to day to make the best out of every situation or any situation you're in, and utilizing the information you know to help yourself. Okay, so we can sit with the information in the news and just be sad, and that's okay to sit in those emotions. But when we sit in it long enough, it can be detrimental to our health, our physical health, our emotional and energetic health. So this is where, yes, you are allowed to feel and you're allowed to absorb and see, but also you have to cleanse, rejuvenate, and adapt, and try to do things that will help you day to day. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. This is a very easy time to slip through the cracks and allow yourself to kind of lose focus of your routine. But I'm hearing from my guides, this is where your routine and also going outside more, hanging out with family, friends in a safe way will really help you. If you're having issues, don't be afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid to come and talk in communities. Don't be afraid to voice your concerns. That is helpful. That's a way to express yourself, to kind of be active in the community. And that could be your friends, that could be in your community and social media. But it's always nice to express yourself and be present and not just let yourself slip through the cracks. If I feel that some of you may. So I'm just saying this as a helpful hand. So, exercise, take your vitamins, take your medications if you're on medications. Don't forget the necessary things to help you function. I apologize for that sound. Move around, exercise, dance, sing, move. Yes, you go to work, but then afterwards unwind, watch your favorite movie, do all these beautiful things. Why now? Seriously? Okay, I apologize for that. That was so rude of my neighbor upstairs. And if I don't even think they're watching this, but still rude. Like that was not nice. So I'm gonna just drink a little coffee here. But this is the time to just do your things. Drink water, try to sleep at a decent time. Make sure you're doing the things that make you function. Those things, even if you know you just can't grasp what's happening around you, or it's too much, at least focus on your day to day tasks. That will keep you going, that will keep you functioning. And then in time, you'll adapt and you'll understand and you'll learn to process and all that stuff. So be kind to yourself during these next weeks. I'm just saying this, the next weeks. That's what I'm feeling. There may be some things happening next week, maybe news, maybe misinformation, maybe also just a lot of people being fearful and, you know, freaking out. So this is where, I'm freaking out, meaning like just kind of going with the motions. And this is where we have to focus on what works for us, because what works for one person, doing certain things may not work for the other. So this is where we have to really focus on what we need in this moment in time, what you need in that moment in time. This is where you put yourself first. This is where you matter. Okay. So I just wanted to say that. I don't know if that's any of you been feeling that or just sensing that the collective is just very chaotic right now, very much chaotic. So, like, if any of you are going through any difficult times, I extend a hug to you. I hope you're doing well. I care about you as a human. I care about your feelings. I care about you as a whole. So, just understand that my heart goes out to you. And if you're feeling icky, like I said, my Reiki video is there. You can cleanse your aura, kind of calm you down and just relax you, so you can continue moving on with your with whatever you can do in the moment. Like I said, make it work for you and do what helps you out. Okay, so let's see what messages I have here. My Oso deck. So this is my tarot messages. I'm gonna do some little ASMR. If some of you are ASMR people, we'll listen up. So here's some ASMR for you. Already this live is getting long, but it's okay. I just felt the need to say that message, so I hope that resonates for some of you. At least makes you feel a little better. Okay. Oh my God. So, oh my goodness. These cards, no wonder my guides want me to pick these cards. Yes. So we're in a pressure cooker, guys, an energetic pressure cooker. These cards are kind of what I'm sensing for this week. So just be aware of other people's projections. It's basically the cards here are talking about consciousness. Is to shift the consciousness of the collective, is to shift and make us see what we need to change as a community, as societies, as people, as our within ourselves and around ourselves. So all right, I have my cards here. I have 5. Yes, perfect. So the first card we have here is guilt. So this is talking about a lot of us maybe feeling guilty or maybe feeling emotions. I'm hearing this is emotions and feelings that we've neglected and now it's coming up. So this is like a very self-reflective moment for you guys. If any of you have not been feeling that, like, you know how you're just facing your shadows and focusing on like what you're feeling guilty about, what is bothering you, what is tugging at you to listen. So if any of you have any nagging feelings this week, it may rise up even more. But this is more a reflective way to see how you can heal from that, how you can process that, dig a little deeper. Why am I feeling this right now? What is causing me to feel this way? And this is where you kind of do this introspective questioning. You question yourself. Okay, I'm feeling upset and frustrated. There's no real trigger at the moment, but I'm feeling upset and frustrated. What is bothering me? And this is where you sit with your emotions and yourself and you ask, okay, what exactly today triggered me? What exactly is bothering me today? And it just could be the collective, the energy of what's going on. Hey Lola, how are you? Thank you for joining me. So a lot of guilt. You may feel other people's guilt. You may even feel your own guilt. Maybe some of you think you can do more. Maybe some of you have not been on top of your, you know, goals, or maybe some of you have not been on top of what you normally do. And it's okay to let go and sometimes take a break from things, but don't hold guilt because of it. Sometimes breaks are important, especially if we're feeling a certain type of way. It's for us to process and sit with those emotions, maybe feelings and situations. So then when we process and learn from that, or we deal with them, then we can continue on with our day to day. So sometimes maybe some people this week may forget their schedule, may, fall through the cracks, but get yourself back up, process and deal with what you're feeling with. approach it, understand it, and then keep doing your day to day. Keep going back to that schedule. Keep being consistent and showing up for yourself this week, I'm hearing. So keep showing up for yourself if you're feeling guilty, shameful. I do feel like this is more collective where people who have not addressed certain emotions and feelings around shame or guilt is being amplified more this week. So you may feel that from other people. Maybe other people are snappier with you this week, and you're like, why are you upset with me? But it's more or less them. They're dealing with their own projections, and this is the collective like they're literally dragging out the skeletons out of the closet, and they're like, hey, you have to notice what's going on. You have to notice these emotions. You have to process them. So this is kind of like a collective shift. Now, I do see the next card is suppression. So again, a lot of you have been suppressing, some of you, not all, but some of you have been suppressing feelings and emotions. And it's going to be amplified this week. This is why I'm saying this is where we have to show up for ourselves, acknowledge what we feel, hold space for that, understand why. It's okay to feel jealous. It's okay to feel anger. It's okay to feel these things. It's the human experience. It's supposed to teach you something. And this is where you utilize those moments and really understand why you're feeling that way. Okay, like I said, introspective questioning, really sitting down with those emotions and feelings. Again, for some of you, it may not be you, it may just be around you. You've noticed people's triggers are coming up more. You may notice people are a little snappy. So you're more aware of how others project onto you. Again, I say project because one of the cards says projection. So again, there's a lot going on. It's a spicy week. Let's be honest. I can't hide this from you. So the next card is rebirth. So again, these things are happening because it's closing the cycle to maybe old patterns, belief systems, maybe even old structures that are outdated. Whatever you're dealing with is outdated. It is not going to be with you in the next phase of your life. So you have to acknowledge it. It's like the spirit's saying, if you don't acknowledge it, we're going to give you a situation where you have to. And this is where the difficult mental, like you have to really be strong and face any guilt, any shame, any sadness, anything you're grieving, and really try to empathize with it. It's still a part of you. That's emotion. That's a part of aspect of you that needs to be acknowledged. So this week, acknowledge that aspect of yourself. Understand it. Be compassionate with yourself. Understand those feelings. Grieve, process, do what you need to do that works for you. Again, this is where you listen to your intuition and you see what works for you. Well, what works for one person may not work for the other. So this is where you sit with yourself, you journal, you talk to friends, or if you have a counselor, talk to a counselor or a therapist or someone you that really is a good listening ear, and they can help you figure it out, or you can just sit with yourself and figure it out. Lola says, I'm reading off the chat, guys. It says, yeah, it's been very rough for me. Don't know if it's clearing trauma or a spiritual attack. I do resonate with the suppression from childhood. Yes. So anything that anyone's been holding on to, it could be from childhood. It could be maybe an old aspect of self, maybe an old paradigm of thinking. Whatever it is that's being called is being dragged out by the universe, shown to you because it's something you cannot take where you're going. You're changing so much that it doesn't hold place in the next phase of your life where you're going. So this is where you feel like spirit's dragging you by the hair and say, look, you have not acknowledged this. And this is where you have to express yourself authentically. That means whatever you're feeling, express it however you want and acknowledge it and give it space and a place to be expressed. So if you've been pushing down or suppressing, allow it to come to surface. If you need to cry it out, cry it out. If you need to do a rage, like, punching pillows, do that. If you need to dance, and dance is your way of release, dance. If you need to paint, paint. If you like to clean, clean. If you like to declutter, declutter. That is your way of processing. Everyone has a different way of expressing themselves. But once you acknowledge that emotion and you give it space to validate it, that's when you can finally let it go. And let it go does not mean you forget it, but you're starting a process of processing it and integrating it into understanding of who you are in a deeper level. I hope that makes a lot of sense for you guys, but that's how it is. When we heal and when we acknowledge things that we need to work through, we're integrating it into our psyche of our understanding ourselves deeper, understanding why we tick, how things work for us, how things are viewed in our eyes. It may even open your perspective, and that's what you need to see. So again, this may not be particular to one thing for you guys. This just could be you acknowledging that you're growing and you're grieving the old you and you're embracing what's coming next. It does not have to be dire. It could be just very simple as, oh, I'm a new me. I'm no longer that person. Or I'm stepping into a new phase and I'm embracing the changes that are coming. So it could be just as small, but if it's a deep feeling and emotion, also that might rise up as well. So it depends on person to person. So again, this is because it's a rebirth happening, an old phase, old parts of you are leaving, and then we're stepping into a new adventure, a new beginning, a new age. I feel for some of you, a lot of you have matured a lot. So now your mentality is not the same. It's like some of you have grown up a little bit more. And this doesn't mean like actual age, it's just thought processing, consciousness, awareness. You've grown up a little more. Your vision's a lot more wider. You understand things at a bigger capacity. You understand things in a bigger level or the bigger scheme of things. So you're understanding the functions of you in society, how things work for you. The next card we have is projections. So be careful in this week for projections. Like I mentioned, other people collectively, you may even see it. I'm hearing it on social media. You may see it in the news outlets. You may see a lot of projections from, I hope you can read my words. You'll see a lot of projections from them rejecting our growth as people. A lot of people are raising their consciousness, raising their awareness. And because of that, we may see projections from bigger entities to suppress the changes that are happening. So you may hear more frustrating news or more contradicting actions done from bigger entities, but it is to suppress and project how they feel about everyone's growth process, because we're all growing through all these times, all these different changes, and we have to adapt. We're literally growing at the same time. So you may see more projections, be honest with you. So be aware of the news and understand that you will still grow. We're still growing. There's no way of stopping this, and they know that. So they just want to make it more difficult. It is what it is. The next card and the last card is consciousness. So again, this is where our consciousness are we're coming together, unifying our thoughts a lot more. A lot of us are thinking at the same time, thinking the same things. So it's not only in one region of the world, multiple regions of the world. We're starting to all, as people, realize that things need to change. Systems need to change. This is not just one place isolated from another. It's multiple places suffering where we're all collectively thinking we need to change. Things need to change because we're seeing the reality of how things are not working out for the people. Certain things and systems are in place and they're not for the people. It's more for profit and oppression. So I'm hearing this collectively, we're all unifying our thoughts more. And this is where we have to not focus on the fear, focus on what we can do to change, how we can hold space for each other and come together as communities. Now, there's a hidden card. I just realized this card was stuck behind this card. So the secret card that came out is called nothingness. Now, when we rise together as consciousness and when we start to create a different reality, a different way of being, a more unified, harmonious connection together as a world, this is where creation happens. In the void, in the unknown, this is where we create. We don't know what's going to be next, but we know it's going to change and it's going to be different. And this is where we have to start thinking in a way that's more productive for ourselves and for our community. Not only thinking on Yes, this is difficult, but what can we do to unite and help each other out? And I'm hearing help your community out. If there's any way you can donate to your own community, help your community out, talk with people around your community. That's the best way to unify, to stick together, to have a support system through all the things that are changing collectively in our society. Okay? Because we're so disconnected from government that the best way we can connect and understand and help each other is through our community. So I do sense this week there may be more unified effort of speaking about topics that need to put more attention on, speaking about ways to help ourselves. So you may see more community, more lives, more social media. People are coming together to talk about topics that need to be talked about. You may see more rallying, more planning for like the fall and things. I get this big sense of community happening. So, if you see that, and basically embrace it, try to join in, try to hear, try to keep yourself informed. I wouldn't necessarily listen to the news outlets because a lot of them are bought by corporations, but I would suggest more or less your community and the people, talk to them, because they may know more than you realize. But that's what I'm hearing for tarot. This is a very cryptic message, but I think you're kind of getting what I'm saying. I'm trying not to like get myself flagged or anything. So just be aware. August, September, there's going to be more controversial information. And this is where we really have to utilize our senses, our discernment, and just be proactive as much as we can to our abilities. So I don't know if any of you are getting that feeling or sensing that. So let's get some oracle messages from Spirit. And it sucks that I have to say that this week is going to be energetically. So I would say stay off of social media if it triggers you. If people trigger you or situations trigger you, this is where distancing yourself may help this week, especially since the collective energy is a little bit in chaotic. I personally feel that way, so I might, say hi and connect, but then kind of keep my exposure at a limited amount. Excuse me. So, okay, perfect. And now the oracle cards kind of correlate with my message. So patience is the first card. So this is where having patience with yourself, patience with the process, patience with change. So if any of you are feeling impatient, you want things to change already, you want it to be great, it takes time. This is where we have to sit and process and see and understand things. So if you're feeling like this halt, the halt is meant for you to absorb, see, and reflect. So use that time. It says down here, press the pause button, take a day off from being frustrated with yourself or others. Patient reaps great rewards. So if you're feeling impatient, maybe have more patience by removing yourself. Like I said, less social media time maybe this week. Try not to let yourself get triggered. And if you're feeling triggered, remove the stimulus away from you. Remove the phone, put the phone down before you sleep, at least an hour. Do the things you need to do that will help yourself. The next card is retreat to the natural world. So like I mentioned, get out, go into nature, hang out with friends, safely, of course. But I hear go outside more, commune more with the elements. Earth energy, Mama Earth Gaia is very cleansing, can transmute your energy if you're feeling all over the place, feeling ungrounded. Go into nature, hug a tree, touch a tree, do what you need to do. It's going to help replenish your energy and kind of remove yourself from all the stuff that's happening in the world and kind of focus on being present. It says here, go where you most feel alive, a peaceful forest, a mountain, your local park. Let the ocean roar through you. Be revived by nature's wonder. Okay, so forgive my nails. This is why I don't wear nail polish. It chips off within one day. And the last card is quiet your mind, which I think is very, very important this week. Okay. It says here, overthinking is a problem. It's not a key to any door. Take a few breaths to still your inner chatter. Let yourself be for a while. So if any of you feel the need, like overwhelmed by news or social media or just people, retreat. Go to nature, be patient with yourself, allow yourself to kind of take a break, especially with all that's happening. I feel like we're in an energetic pressure cooker. So I don't blame anyone if they feel like retreating. Now, I do have some moon messages I want to give. I'm going to give 2 messages from the moon in this little cute deck. So I hope these messages are helping you. Like I said, comment down below and let me know if they resonate or they help. This one says here, oh, this is perfect. Actually, a perfect message. That's the card. It's right here. It says, I am a magnetic to what I want. I repel what I do not want. So you magnetize what you want and repel what you don't want. So this is the week where you realize, where should I give my attention to? Do I want to give my attention to this? Is this going to be conducive to my week? Or should I pay attention to something else that will help me out, make me feel more aligned, fulfilled, and hopeful? So this is where your attention goes, the energy grows. That's my little quote to you. Where your attention goes, the energy grows. So if you're focusing more on negative attention, you're going to get more negative. If you won't focus on negativity, frustration, you're going to get more negativity, frustration. If you're focusing on being more productive, your energy will be more productive. So this is where your attention, it will magnetize the energy that you're paying attention to, okay? All right, one more card. Let's help our collective peeps out. Perfect. That's the back. And it says here, I accept renewal and delight in fresh starts. So again, even the card is mentioning renew your energy. If some of you are spiritual, take some salt baths, do some cleansing baths, cleanse your home, cleanse your aura. Again, I have a YouTube video. You can utilize that, my Reiki. So you can cleanse the energy cleansing, sweep your home, declutter your home, but rejuvenate your energy. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of collective sludge. And this is where we have to do our due diligence and take care of ourselves energetically as much as physically. So I hope these messages help. I know it's not the best type of energy this week, but since we know what to do, this is where you utilize the information and help yourself this week. So please comment down below again. Stay tuned for the next video, and also stay tuned because I do zodiac readings this week. So go to my IG. I will announce when I'm doing them, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.